What's up, guys? My name is Dan, and I'm going to document with my wife here us flipping our camper. So we're both kind of new to recording, and we're new to everything we're going to be doing, so bear with us. So I kind of started off with like YouTube videos. I looked up a ton of videos, and because this camper was in horrible shape when we got it, and I kind of bit off more than I could chew. So we got it for 2,500 bucks, and the plan was to keep the budget under 5,000, which is very hard to do. So we're going to try and flip it for less than that. So far we've spent about 1,000, so we're at about 3,500, and I'll kind of show you what we've done to it so far, so that way you know what you would be getting yourself into if you decide to flip a camper, and you can kind of come on the journey with us, and you guys can see how it's done, and hopefully learn from all the mistakes I keep making. So first thing is, I did the tires, because when we picked it up the tires were basically flat. I didn't really know what to use to lift the camper, because I'm new to all this, so I looked it up online, and I found that it needs a 6-ply tire for this weight for this camper. You can look up the ratios for your camper online. You just kind of put in the VIN number and it'll tell you everything you need to know. I found the manual after all this. So I needed the 6-ply tires. I used an 8-ton bottle jack to lift the side of the camper up and then put the new tires on. That's probably overkill, but like I said, I don't know what I'm doing, and with a building over the top of me, I think 8 tons is enough to cover it, because this thing only weighs 6,500 pounds. So it's a 28-footer. It's a 2003 Keystone Cougar. So I'll show you what else we've done to it. We do have to do the roof, but that comes later, when it gets warmer. So we've done the cabinets so far. We put an oil-based primer on them. When you redo cabinets, you have to use an oil-based primer before you use any type of cabinet or trim paint, to make sure that it bonds correctly. You can't just paint right over the cabinets. I'm a painter by trade, so this part of it for me is easy. And we've got all the doors back here. This is the bunk beds, where an older couple and kids can sleep or whatever, and it's got a closet there. We've got all the doors removed right now. So besides the cabinet doors, I have, and I'll hop in the shower so you guys can see, but there was mold on the floor, and so I took a multi-tool and I cut the floor out basically just around the whole edge, and then put a new piece of plywood down. I had to look up a lot of videos because I didn't know what I was going to get myself into. Turns out this whole thing is made of an aluminum frame. A lot of them are. So I just got those screws that are designed to go into metal through wood to metal screws, and I drilled through the plywood. I got 1/2-inch plywood, and I drilled into those and put a few down on each seam, and it's holding me so far. Hopefully none of us fall out of the bottom of the camper while we're taking a poopy. So, alright, so other than that, we've also we took out the old table and we put a new table in. This is just a slab of wood, 5/8 thickness, 2 feet by 4 feet. We got it from Home Depot. It's very cheap. They're like $8, I think. It's made of particle board. And we're going to take a vinyl wrap, and we're going to put that wrap over the top of this and glue it down. Hopefully it turns out good. We'll show you guys how we do that too. The reason we did this was because we ripped out all of this right here. There was another seat, and we ripped everything out and then built this bench right here. This is my first time doing work like this, so don't make fun of me, but we just kind of built this box like out of the old boards, because they're like 1 inch by 1 inch or 1.5 by 1.5 inch boards that everything is kind of made out of. So we reused those and then bought a couple extra, and then just built the frame out of that, and then used the extra 2 inch or 1/2 inch plywood to put on the top. And then we used extra, I guess it's paneling, that thin paneling that you're seeing everywhere. We reused some of that to put on the bottom edges of it, and we're gonna paint all of that black later. So besides that, we had to replace another piece of flooring in this room. As you can see over there in the corner, there was more mold, and I had to cut out another piece of the floor. I sprayed as much disinfectant as I could under there. I put a fan down there to dry it out. It seemed good to me, didn't really smell, so I put the boards down, and we're gonna go with it. So besides that, we took our old mattress and put it in here. It's a little bit bigger than a RV queen mattress, which is 4 inches shorter, but we don't really care about the 4 inches, so we just went and got a new mattress for ourselves and then put this mattress in here because RV mattresses are pretty expensive. So today we are going to take all the tile off of the floor, and we're going to start with that, throw it all away. We've got some new tile that we picked up from Menards, pretty cheap. It was like 30 bucks for all the tiles. So we're gonna rip these up, and yeah, we'll go from there. All right, so we got most of the floor. There's just a little bit left right here. I'm gonna have to squeeze in there. That'll be quick to pop off though. So it came off pretty easy. Not sure, you know, if your camper has a different type of flooring. Maybe it has the type that you just lay out. Maybe you could cut it. But it came off pretty easy. The only thing is these vents right here, they come off with these screws, and most of the screws in the camper are these. They're like square. I wouldn't use a Phillips. It's like a square bit. I saw in another video they're commonly used in Canada, but you got to take the vents off, and then you can get all of that stuff out. Try to keep as much of this tape intact as you can, and if needed, you know, I'm just gonna run a new bead of duct tape, that electrical, or not electrical, but that duct tape stuff. I'm gonna put that on there, and we'll keep going. Well, ran into a problem. I took the flooring out in the bathroom, the rest of it anyway. I cut out what I thought was rotten with my multi-tool in a square, like I mentioned before, and when I ripped off the rest of the flooring, I found this. It's bad. I mean, this I figured, you know, maybe it'll dry out. This, not so much. My foot will go through that. So it's like rotting away. So I'm gonna have to take, and I've never done this before, you guys can come with us on this journey, but I'm gonna have to take this toilet out and replace the rest of the flooring that needs to be replaced.